What's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you had a great weekend. You enjoyed maybe an extra day off for Veterans Day if you didn't have to work. And, we're back. Last week I had a little hiatus. Had to go to SEMA. Went out there and checked out some cars. Had a good time. Did my thing. Make sure you guys go check out Big Herc 916 YouTube and subscribe. I got another video I'm about to drop with the Black Bastard. It's out the shop. And I'll be dropping another video pretty soon with the new purchase. I got rid of the NSX and came up on a Bentley Continental GT. So I'm going to post a video about the car, but I got a couple things I'm going to do before I post it. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Big Herc 916 and support. And if you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so, because we're trying to continue to drop you dope content, but we need you guys to subscribe. A lot of you guys watch, but you don't subscribe. So we need you to subscribe, support. There's a lot of things going on with YouTube, so we want to make sure that we have all the support of all the fans so that we can continue to bring this channel with the highest quality. And so, support, man. Support Fresh Out Series by subscribing, and also Fresh Out Series Twitter and Instagram. And for those who don't know, also go check out Wig Splitter Workout on Instagram. It's some interesting stuff that's going to be happening there, so go check it out. Wig Splitter Workout on Instagram. Subscribe. You want to make sure you subscribe to that. They got some things happening over there. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but Wig Splitter Workout on Instagram, on Twitter. Go subscribe and support. Great interviews. Got Chappie doing his thing, and Jessica. Some great interviews we've been putting together. We got some more interviews in the works, so you don't want to miss out. We've been talking about the protein for a while now, and we finally got it. So we got the man in the can. For those who want to get swole, go pick you up some man in the can. We got vanilla, and we have chocolate flavor. So for those who want to get swole, get your buff on, man in the can. Chocolate and vanilla, available at freshoutseries.com. Go pick you some up. Stack that with the level 4. That way you can get your swole on. And don't forget the yard time for your pre-workout. So you guys got a lot of stuff to kind of get your buff on with us. We try to keep you guys laced up. So check that out. Anyways, you guys, man, it's an interesting story today on in Oklahoma. One of the largest commutations of inmates in the country. Oklahoma. 400 inmates were commuted, and I think low level crimes, nonviolent offenders. And there were actually a lot of people got freed Monday, and then a lot more are going to be let loose as they go along. But the governor over there, he kept his word, and Kevin Stitt, and he said, he don't want to be known as the state with the highest incarceration. So right now, Oklahoma has the most people locked up in the country, and they're trying to change that. So I think he did a good thing. A lot of times people, they've learned their lesson, and when you keep them in there beyond what's needed, it's overkill, man. And it's financially, it just really stagnates the economy, because these people can be out in society being productive rather than, working for minimum, basically no money, and the taxpayers are getting taxed, but the prisons are making the money. So we know it's a good thing, man, to change that. It takes a lot for somebody to take the initiative. And with the prison reform thing, it's a hot topic in politics right now. Recidivism, part of the problem is a lot of people, they just give up on life, man. They they throw in the towel. After doing so much time, they feel that employment is, pretty much obsolete. And when you're gone that long from being in this, the free world, you lose your groove, man. So a lot of these people have pretty much just lost their groove. They figure, why even try? So they get out and they commit more crimes and just decide to go back. They don't apply any skill set because they pretty much haven't, even focused on that while they were in. And so being able to give people an opportunity to learn a lesson and, be and do something with their time that's constructive so that they can be productive, I think that's a great opportunity. What do you guys think, man? No, there's victim. They're talking about nonviolent, so there's not a victim. Yeah, forget about the victims, right? See, until you get in trouble and something happens to you, and maybe a bar fight or somebody tries to do something to your lady and you beat their ass, and then you feel, oh man, why am I going to do time? You can't judge everybody, man. You can't judge everybody in jail. And now, of course, there's victims, but how long? If a person's not, if wasn't murdered, how long should a person sit in there? If a person did something and it maybe they have some type of pity, they've actually given back, they didn't kill nobody. Why should they spend the rest of their life in prison? Think about that. They got pedophiles, rapists that are getting out on probation. Come on, you guys, wake up. Hey, Big Herc, good question. Can they want to stop segregation since it's unconstitutional? However, the most violent offenders, inmates, that's just, prison, man, it breeds the ignorance of racism, so you have a lot of that. Lowest IQ by state, Oklahoma, number 1. Number 2, Mississippi. Number 3, Louisiana. There you go. That's a contributor. One of the main contributors of people being locked up is lack of education. And people say, well, if you're educated, what does that mean? You're not going to know. It means that you can make better choices and you have more options. If you're educated, you'll have enough sense to maybe you can get a decent job. Because most of these guys out here selling drugs aren't making enough money to even really support themselves. They'd be better off working. At the end of the day, just go get a 9 to 5. Once you enter prison life and you become a criminal, it's kind of hard to get out. That's why they repeat. No, not necessarily, man. It's not hard to get out. You got to want to change. You got to want to do something better. It's not hard to get out here, be productive, be successful if you really want to make a difference. A lot of people choose to use that as a crutch and play the victim. Racism is not natural. When you're kids don't know nothing about racism. A white kid, a black kid, an Asian kid, a Hispanic kid, none of them know that they're black, white, or Hispanic. That's taught through society, through parenting, through culture. What would happen if Dog the Bounty Hunter went to prison? I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of Usos don't like him, so I don't know. A lot of guys aren't book smart and don't want to sit all day learning math, but they like cars, construction, or barbering. There you go. There's a lot of other trade jobs that pay well. Diesel mechanic starts off at $80 an hour. I know auto mechanics, people who've been in pen, they're making $80 an hour. Auto mechanic. So there's a lot of good jobs that don't require a college education. Miggy the Alien, thanks for the donation. Thoughts on the disposable vapes for prisoners. Hey man, I don't vape, To me, it's another thing to make these guys just rock them to sleep. People who are in prison playing video games, just in there partying all day, hanging out. Dude, they're the ones who are gonna go back because they haven't gave the time thought. They're not even doing time. They have basically a party timeout. It's all about what you do with your time while you're in there. So, if you want to be constructive with your time, read books, put together sample resumes, things like that, then, that's a big part of it. Isn't using money to change any laws. He's using a small chunk of money to help people once they get out. Somebody said Stitt is using money to change. He's using a small chunk of money to help people once they get out. That's great. I mean, a lot of these people need, they need a jump start, man. Driver's license, ID. Herc, I'm a licensed inmate. Who's this? Fart historian. Thanks for the donation. Okay, I'm not going to read your comment, though. But thanks anyways. Alex Starvo, thanks for the donation. What up, Herc? Ever been to New Orleans? Never been to New Orleans, man. I heard Mardi Gras cool, Bourbon Street, but I haven't really had any major desire to visit New Orleans. There's some other places I kind of want to visit first. Race, we all came from Noah, even though we don't believe in God. Okay, I hear you. Society ain't safer with them out here. Society. So what is safe? I mean, are you that scared to walk to 7-Eleven? I mean, safe, man. There's people who are running around here who ain't got caught, who are more dangerous than some of the people sitting in prison. So don't get the game twisted, man. You guys act like because of somebody's been to prison, they're automatic. You don't know the circumstances. And I'm quite sure most of you people making comments have a relative of somebody who's been through the system or know somebody. Somebody says Stitt is lying. So I don't know what that means. Quad X, thanks for donation. Still trying to get you on Joey Diaz podcast. Respect always. Hey man, much respect, man. I appreciate you staying down with us, man. Keep having compassion for low life. All right, Jason, you're a champion. What do you do for a living? And you think everybody's a low life that's been to prison? Well, you're a low life for your mentality. You have a low life mentality, and you come on here trying to spread low life thoughts, low life energy. We don't want your low life attitude on here. So you can go and do something else, Mr. Low Life. My big brother never been the same since he was out. Always keep going back and forth. Family support is hard. Yeah, some people don't have. Some people, man, they just have a mentality where prison is going home. That's why you can never get comfortable in prison, man. Somebody said, "What up, man? Listen to me, man, because the question's been on my mind, dude. You're okay. We've answered this question a million times. You have a white mom, black dad. If you're in California, you're black. If you're in Oklahoma, you're black. Don't go to prison. If you have enough sense to ask this question, you shouldn't go to prison. And if you're talking like you don't know what you would do, then you're not very street smart. I'm just keeping it 100. So don't go to prison, man." Somebody said he's got some fresh old Michigan, got the new F50 edition blowing through it. You ever drive through the snow? I've been through the snow up in Northern California, through Tahoe, but it was in a big truck, so I never drove personally through the snow. My thoughts on Kanye becoming a Christian and singing gospel music. Hey man, more power to him. Kanye, man, he's a marketing genius. He keeps people in his face. He keeps selling products. I don't know if you guys seen it, but he's got the Yeezys or the Jeezy clothing that he's selling to all these people. It's almost like, I don't know, man, one of these dudes who are running like some type of cult, man, but more power to him, man. I'm not a religious person, and if you are, and it helps you be a better person, then God bless you, but it's not my thing. Wardison 10, thanks for the donation. Do you have any advice on how to make $150K without a degree? How to make $150,000 a year with no degree? Well, what skill set do you have? Do you have something that you can leverage? Whether it's maybe a mechanic, maybe it's a construction, as far as being a contractor, you can go take the test, study up, take the test, become your own contractor. Maybe a painter, maybe running your own window tint business. Maybe there's a lot of different skill sets in there. Investing your money, maybe open up a barber shop, renting out chairs. You got to be creative, man. You know, you got to think outside the box. Herc, really like what you got going on YouTube channel. Great to see you better yourself and other people. Some Skirt kids in Cali. I hear you, man. I mean, it's all about, you know, putting out positive energy, man. Somebody said I used to live in Oklahoma. Oklahoma people shouldn't be released into the regular world, let alone Oklahoma inmates being released from prison. So they're supposed to sit in there the rest of their life. If a person committed a nonviolent crime or got caught with drug possession and they have an opportunity to maybe get out and be productive, they shouldn't have the opportunity. I don't understand that, man. I just don't understand the mindset. These are people who just decide that. Now, these same people, what happens when you lose your job and you get caught up and you happen to fall into a rut that can maybe get you in a situation and you want mercy? You got to think about the other part of society. You know, there's not everybody, you know, some people, they need a second chance. Everybody does, unless you did something that goes beyond what we consider to be second chance opportunities, then I think you should have a second chance to get out here and make it right. I'm glad that they gave me a second chance, that they didn't throw the key away on me, and that I was able to get out here and spread positive energy. I mean, looking at my jacket, my rap sheet, nobody would want to ideally give me a job, but now I'm out here and I'm doing some positive and I'm spreading, you know, consciousness and educating people that prison ain't all what it's cut out to be. Fresh Out series, are you passing over my comment? What's up, Herc? I want to get an interview. I got a story out there. It's insane corruption. All right, well, we're based in Los Angeles. If you have an interview you want to do, email us. We only do our interviews in person. No split screen interviews like these other channels. We don't get down like that. And if you have a redemption story that you're currently doing something positive, then we'll possibly interview you. But we don't interview everybody that reaches out to us, and we need a backstory. So shoot us an email at freshoutseries@gmail.com or message us on the website, freshoutseries.com. We'll consider your story. We'll discuss it with the other people involved and see, but you have to be in California. We're not, unless you fly us out to where you're at, we're not doing split screen interviews. You have to be in person. That's the only way we do our interviews. Big Herc, I found out my boy is NPC. Homie, if they checked in PC. I'm not going to get involved in that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Josh and Jesus, thank you for the donation. Someone doxed Jason's punk. Oh, yeah, he's a clown. Legalize marijuana and prostitution, will be a better place. You know what's crazy? I was talking to a good friend from Romania. Romania has no drug problem. No drugs. And you don't even hear about Romania, but 23 million people, no drugs, hardly no homeless. You don't have all the unemployment. And imagine that. They're not even a world superpower. And here we are, we're a superpower. You can walk, you know, through Beverly Hills and see homeless, people shooting up drugs on the street, and everybody out here goes to a dispensary. He said they don't even have legalized. Nobody does. There's a handful of people that use marijuana over there. So you tell me, what's the problem with the United States as far as people in society having all these problems? And we're talking about economically, it's one of the richest countries in the world. Hey, think about it. Oh, thanks, QuadX. Alex Starville, thanks for the donation. Will there ever be a meet and greet in the East Coast? Yeah, man. I'm working on some things, and you know, when I get ready to do my little travels, East Coast is on the list for sure. New York, Miami. You know, I'm gonna hit a lot of places, man. Philly. I want to hit DC. I want to hit a lot of spots, and when I'm gonna be doing that tour, I will give everybody a heads up. So stay tuned, and I'll give you guys a heads up on that. Rochester P&G, thanks for the donation. Appreciate it, man. Can't stay long. I want to say, love you, Herc, everything you're doing for the people. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Thank you. The hell is this? Love what you do. Keep it positive, Big Herc. You ever thought about getting a pardon and how difficult it is to get one? You know what, man? It's definitely in something I would like to eventually get done. I mean, for the feds, I believe you have to get pardoned by the president. So I would have to sit down with whoever is president at the time and ask them to bless Big Herc with a pardon. And hopefully that's something that I could one day do, having, helped enough people out there, turn their life around. Rodney Reed about to be executed. I don't know anything about him. I'm sorry to hear. I don't know anything about him about to be executed. Little Reese getting shot in the neck in Chicago. I didn't hear about Little Reese getting shot either. What's up, Herc? Have you ever thought about coming to Fresno for a meet and greet? Fresno, I haven't thought about Fresno. I got to do one probably in the Bay again. The next time, I'm out that way, I'm going to try to plan something out. I don't know when the next time I'll be in the Bay Area, though. Do you have any people from Oregon or Washington in prison or on your channel? No, I don't have any. I haven't interviewed anybody from Washington or Oregon, but I do have homies I did time with from both places. Shout out to Brother Wang. Shout out to Josh, out in Washington, great dude. And, we still in touch, man. Shout out to both them guys. For Jim knows. Thanks for the donation. Do you think this releasing will start a trend in other states? I think the money from weed to be used to help jumpstart these former inmates' careers. I don't know, man. It would be interesting if, any of the other states follow suit. I mean, Texas, man, they throw football numbers. Louisiana, football numbers. Mississippi, football numbers. So if these, places, started releasing people, it's almost like when you release the slaves. Now, what are they going to do? You have to give them something that's viable that they can work with so that they can become productive. Education, opportunity for programs. I mean, they got a lot of money that they're stacking up, whether it's lottery, whether it's these cannabis, taxing, start trade programs. What's happening is that they're through all these things becoming automated, and a lot of these jobs now becoming less and less. A lot of these people out here who are complaining, in 20 years they might not have a job either. So what are they going to do? So while the going's good, people need to try to work together to structure programs so people can maintain some type of employment and not get zeroed out by AI, period. So, that's how I look at it, man. I would rather see, there's no reason for all these people, if they're not sitting there violently killing each other in prison, why shouldn't they be working legitimately, making real money on the street, whether it's in a factory, whether it's on some type of, program. I mean, let them be free and work, man, and stop paying their room and board. 40 more of the best. Overpopulated with drugs. We are overpopulated with drugs. We're overpopulated with drugs because everybody consumes. That's the vice here. You should just start a nonprofit, get enough people to support what you're trying to build for people who come out because of celebrity status. We haven't, I felt, reached the pinnacle yet to where we can create these big programs to help people. My best thing I can do is put out videos to create conscious thoughts, to stimulate conversation, and that's my contribution right now. My contribution is trying to share with you guys my experiences and what I've learned so that you can think better and not make bad choices. And that's what I could do. A lot of these other programs, they're out there, but it has to be more. The education, at a certain age, you got to catch them young, man. You got to catch people young. A lot of guys, when they get to a certain point, they don't want to change. Matthew Fowler, thanks for the donation. Why aren't there regulations on prison food to make sure that it's not old, moldy, or in the chow hall? Because people have contracts with prisons. They make a ton of money off these contracts. They get kickbacks, so everybody's eating off of people in prison. You know, it's a hustle, man. Prison is a hustle. These private prisons that need to fill a bed space, these contracts with these, these warehouses. What is it called? Unicorn. It's all money. So when these guys are in prison, then Unicorn's not making money. You keep asking about the adult industry. That's a different conversation. I don't want to get censored on YouTube, so I can't get into detail about the porn industry on here. Am I worried about the changes coming to YouTube? They seem to be trying to bury the independent creator. Yeah, man, that's why I said you guys got to subscribe, because they are changing a lot of policies on Instagram and YouTube. So you guys got to support, because we want to continue to educate. See, I'm not doing the Bojangle. I'm not, doing your stereotypes. So, and I'm not doing like parody. I'm not clowning, acting stupid. If I was doing these things, we'd probably have 10 million subscribers. If I was doing stuff like burning my butt hairs, farting into a lighter, running up and punking people, that's what everybody wants to see. But that's not me. That's not fresh out. So all I can do is what I feel is my personal best. Rochester PNG, thanks for donation. Do you think the drug epidemic is due to lack of decent job cuts of China, or technology changes, or people lazy? I think it's a combination, because talking to my friend from Romania, they don't have a drug problem, and the jobs there don't pay a whole lot. But people, you got to be entrepreneurial. And the problem is everybody's looking for a job. Create a job. I know, it's not that easy initially to try to start your own business. But with drop shipping, e-commerce, a lot of the things out there now, China's killing it, man. China is creating more millionaires than any other country. But you know why? Because they got cheap products, they sell them everywhere, and people are buying them, and half the time you got to return them because they're garbage, but they're making money. So my advice to the American, citizen is get on your hustle game. Quit smoking the weed all day, playing video games. Create you some type of business. Start establishing your foundation so 10 years from now, your kids can pick up, where you left off. But if you continue to think you're going to go somewhere and they're going to give you a paycheck, man, you're going to have a harsh reality in another 20 years, man. Brother just touched down at a granite work camp due to this Oklahoma bill. Thank you, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stewart. There you go, man. Our county jails located in rural areas less dangerous than jails in big metropolitan areas. I have no idea. The jails in a lot of those country places, man, they treat you like shit. They split wigs in there on a regular because there's no regulation. They run their own shit. Quad X, thanks for the donation. Thank you for all your videos. Amazing insight. It helps helps us a lot. Peace. Hey, man, peace out to you, man. You always represent. Big Herc, do you still sell Yard Time? Yeah, Yard Time, you can get it at freshoutseries.com. Yard Time, Man in the Can, all this is available at freshoutseries.com. Click on the link, go to the commissary, order you a can, man. Get your swole on, you guys. I'm 46 and I'm still putting in work. Been putting in work for the last 30 years. You guys need to get out there and get your body right, man. Get your body right, get your mind right, get your pocketbook right so that you can achieve some level of success. What do you think of work for a major company? They had given them special backpacks because the workforce is homeless. Companies are not increasing pay levels to match the cost of living. I agree, man. Now they're pushing these small homes, these little. It's like living, I guess, in a damn glorified trailer park that's stacked on top of each other. But you live in these places, but you work for these companies, and that's all you can afford. You guys got to look, man. You got to get out and travel. You better see some parts of the world and figure out how you can move with the economy. Because if you stay in your city or you stay in your state and you don't progress, with the world economy, a lot of you Americans, man, you're not going to have no American dream, man. You will be in a bad financial position, and you'll be wishing you would have, made the jump sooner. So learn a skill set, try to position yourself so that 10 years from now, you won't have to worry about a computer taking your job. That's the big thing. Are big muscles bad for older person's heart? No. Stay healthy, man. You work out, you be in better health. A lot of these people who run around ain't doing nothing. They got diabetes, high blood pressure, heart conditions because they eating honey buns and drinking soda pop all day. So get out there and exercise, man. Get your body right. What up, Herc? Mad love from all the jail homies here in New Zealand. Hey, man, much love to you. Let's get the shout-outs in, man. Shout-outs. Shout out to everybody in North Highlands, Sacramento, South area, the North area. Hey, man, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the Bay Area, everybody that's representing. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to AZ. Shout out to Oklahoma for all the brothers and sisters that got out of prison. Get your life right, man. Do something positive. Shout out to Pasadena, Texas. Shout out to Fort Worth. Shout out to Irvine. Shout out to Wifey. Shout out to India. Shout out to Oklahoma once again. Puebla, Mexico. Long Beach. Flint, Michigan. Allen Park. 680. 817. Hollister. Daly City, all right. I used to go to Tanforan Mall out there. Utah, Houston, Texas. Shout out to Tahoe, Australia, Niagara Falls. I don't know what that is. Vanilla Gorillas. I don't know what that is. Gary, Indiana. Colorado Springs. Trent, New Jersey. Missouri. Cleveland, Ohio. Hey, man. San Dimas. Salt Lake City. Wisconsin. Iraq. Fresno, California. Shout out to Malibu. Maui, Hawaii, Western Kentucky, Washington, Central Washington, South Carolina, 415, Abras Grove, Ireland, Casa Grande, Arizona, Vallejo. Hey, man, all the military, Marines, Army, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy. Hey, shout out to all y'all, man, for doing your thing, man. Love y'all. Keep supporting, man. Keep, subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe, man. We want to make sure we're still around a year, 2 years from now. We want to still be on here giving you guys this content. Support. Subscribe to Big Herc 916. Represent. Rocktown, Arkansas. Shout out to you. Indianapolis, San Andreas, Miami, Florida. 404. Hey, man, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the Hells Angels, North Crew, Big House. All right. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, man. It don't matter what you banging out there, man, but bang freedom. Whether you're from the north, you're from the south, from the east, you're from Chicago, you're from down south. Hey, man, bang your freedom, man. Keep your freedom. Don't let your, don't catch a felony, man. It ain't worth it. Vancouver, man, shout out to you, man. You guys, do something positive with your life. Stay out the way. Be humble and be a gangster on the street, man. That's what it really matters is what you're doing out here to support your family. And let me see who we got out here, the super chat members. Shout out to Demetrius Gates, Miggy the Alien, Fart Historian, Alex Starvo, Quadex, Waterson 10, Josh and Jesus, Rochester PNG, For Jim Knows, Matthew Fowler, Rochester again, and Quadex again. All right, all y'all. See y'all next week. Love y'all. Hey, man, be about your business. I got to get to the gym. I'm out.